Hi ladies, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do something different. I've seen other YouTubers do this before and it is always fun to watch. I decided to recreate a celebrity's makeup look on myself and I stayed within my comfort zone. Obviously, I have my makeup on now and I used the actress Jessica Chastain. I'll put her picture up here on the screen. And I tried to recreate the makeup look that she has in this image. And I used a palette that I got from QVC. I ordered some products from Tarte, and on QVC you can find some amazing deals on Tarte makeup. And I got this little palette, and it's such a perfect palette for the looks that I try to do on a regular basis, especially in the fall and winter, where I really lean on rosy, like brownie rosy looks, like warm rosy looks as opposed to cool rosy looks. So anyway, I decided to try to recreate Jessica's makeup look in this image, and I think it's a great strategy if you're trying to learn new makeup tips, or if you don't know what to do with some of the makeup palettes or products that you have. If you find a celebrity or model's makeup that you really admire and then you just go to your own mirror and try to recreate the look on your face, it can really help you learn new techniques. And that's how I try to learn how to do my makeup, by just practicing recreating the looks that celebrities have. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this brownie, warm, rosy makeup look that Jessica has, keep on watching. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is create the flawless skin that Jessica seems to have in this picture. I've seen Jessica Chastain in movies and in pictures without makeup, and I know that she also has freckles on her face. I mean, all celebrities have imperfections like the rest of us, but her skin does look pretty flawless here. And I know that you've seen me put my foundation on lots of times, so I'm just going to go ahead and put on my Clinique Even Better Refresh Hydrating and Repairing Makeup. I'm using this because it gives me a really good flawless face and it conceals little blemishes. I have a pimple here, I have a pimple right on my nose, and you know, my skin is, I have some freckles and some hyperpigmentation. So I'm going to put on my foundation and I'll be right back. Okay, this is a really great foundation. I would definitely say it's a medium to full coverage, and it definitely makes my skin look, I could see my freckles through it, but I really don't mind that. If I really wanted a super full coverage, I would have gone with Estee Lauder Double Wear, but this is a really great foundation. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do all my face makeup and then my eyes. And so her cheeks have a pretty neutral cheek, and her eyes also, they're pretty neutral colors with some rosy tones. So I decided to use this little palette that I got off of QVC. I got it when I ordered my Tarte Concealer foundation. It came in a big old kit. And the colors in this little palette from Tarte seem to be pretty right on for what Jessica's wearing in this picture. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put a little blush on my cheeks, and she definitely appears to have some contour on her cheeks. You can just see the little line of the contour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna show you how I contour. You know, I'm not a makeup artist or anything, so I'm just gonna do what I normally do. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this rosy tone and I'm gonna mix it with this kind of bronzy tone as well. And I love Tarte blushes. One is a matte and one has a little bit of shimmer, but I particularly love Tarte matte blushes called Yuletide with a Bow, and this one is called Be the Light. And I just blended them a little bit together, and then when I contour, I just take my brush. This is a Vanity Planet fluffy blush or foundation brush, or powder brush. So I pinch it together and I just contour like that. And just go right beneath my cheekbone. And I will blend this out. Tarte blushes are very, very pigmented, so you have to be careful, especially when you're creating that really dense brush like this, pinching it like this. Okay. Now I'm just going to take a regular fluffy powder brush and I'm just going to kind of blend it a little bit. Next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of Milani bronzer. And I just have this bronzer from Milani that I like a lot. I'll link it below. And I'm just going to very lightly add a little bit of bronzer to my face. And I'm also going to add a tiny bit of highlight, and I'm going to use the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. It looks like this. And I'm just going to hit the center of my cheekbones where I would normally put some blush, but I'm just going to highlight and bronze a little bit there. So now my skin does have that glowy look that Jessica's has. This picture's a little washed out. I'll put another one up on the screen. There'll be one up on the screen somewhere. Okay, now for lip. I'm just gonna use a pink L'Oreal Infallible lip liner. These are my favorite lip liners. These in Rimmel, even though they're not clean, I just really like the way they dispense. You don't have to ever sharpen them. You just crank it up a little bit, and they're so creamy and they stay put. So these are really the only lip liners that I own. I have a couple that I've gotten for like free gifts and things like that from Estee Lauder and Lancome over the years, but I always go back to these. And it's going to be very natural. Now I'm just going to take a MAC lipstick, and this is in the color Patisserie, and it looks like this. It's just a beautiful kind of neutral rose, and that's what it looks like she's got going on here. I love rosy lipsticks in the fall and winter. This is kind of like a brownish pinky rose. It's so pretty. And then it does look like she's got a little something lightening it in the center of her lips. So I'm going to use my favorite product for that. And this is Nude Edition by Soap & Glory. It's a dupe for Tom Ford's Nude Vanille. And I can only find this online now. They don't sell it in stores like they used to at Walgreens. I order mine from Target online, and I always use this. I can actually wear this alone if I have very bold makeup everywhere else, but usually I need to use this just for a topper. So I'm just gonna put it in the center. There. Look how pretty that is. So I think it looks pretty close. And now the tricky part are the eyes. I might have to mess with my eyebrows a little bit, which I never do. Jessica's eyes are deeper set than mine. Her brows come lower and closer to her eyelid. And she just has really different shape to her eyes than I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my very best on my eyes. But yeah. Let's just go ahead and try. So her eyebrows, my eyebrows, I can get away with making my eyebrows brown, or I can make them more red, like my hair color. But sometimes it's hard to find. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to find my brow product. Sometimes it's hard to find brow products that are red. Anastasia makes some good ones, and NYX does, and Revlon does. That's what I found the most luck with in terms of finding eyebrow products that are a little more red. Okay, so I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, and this is in the color Caramel. They have one called Auburn that's also really great for redheads. This doesn't add more brown to my brows, and it definitely makes them match my hair and look a little more red. And Jessica does not have her brows filled in at all. They just seem pretty natural. So I'm going to go with a very natural brow look. Even though my brows aren't as low as hers, I thought about drawing them a little bit lower, but I don't think that that'll really look good on me, just because, you know, I don't have her deep set eyes or anything, and I don't want to mess up this look. I'm just going to go with my natural features and not try to alter them, but still do the same makeup look. Definitely going to have a picture of her up on the screen for this part. The inner corner of her eye right here is very, very light. So I'm just going to be using a Tarte makeup brush, and I'm using the fluffy end of the brush. It has a more dense end and a fluffy end. And I'm going to go into this lightest, very pale pink. And I'm going to really lighten up my inner lid here. And even though her brows come down lower, the pink seems to be going all the way up to where her brow meets her inner eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on my eye as well. Okay, now in her crease, she has a rosy tone. It looks like right here in the center of her eye, like maybe more than half is light pink, and then it kind of just goes up a little, the rosy tone. And so I'm going to use the other end of the brush for packing on color, and I'm going to go ahead and take the rosy tone that we have right here. It looks dark. I'm tempted to just use the blush instead, but let's just go for it. This is a really pigmented color. You can see as I'm tapping it off, it's making a little bit of a mess. Okay. And I'm just going to swirl that right here. I don't want to really just pack it on. I want to make sure that I'm blending it, because I only get one shot at this for this video. Okay, so that's the rosy tone. Does have a little bit of fallout. Eye is a little more hooded than mine in the outer corner, where my eye is a little more hooded on the inner corner. So it looks like she has eyeliner on, and then it's smudged out here in the outer corner, or that could also just be a dark eyeshadow color, like almost a black in the outer V. So I am going to put on my eyeliner first. I'm just going to use a black Clinique quick liner. These are so easy to control. They never smudge. They're right up there with my favorite eyeliners. So I'm going to start out here and make a tiny little wing in the outer corner. And now I'm just going to line my eye with it. Now my problem is my eye kind of tips down there. So sometimes my eyeliner can just look really messy or choppy, or look like it's pulling my eye down, and I don't like that. Now I'm just going to use a Real Techniques little fine brush, and I'm going to go into the black right here. I'm just going to smudge that line and make it not look so stark and straight. I'm just going to smudge a little. I'm going to do the outer V here. It looks like she has the same very light pink that she has here, all out here in the outer edge of her eye. So I'm going to go ahead and take the same pink that I used on the inside and take it out. Okay, now I'm just going to clean the whole thing up with a little bit of concealer, and I'm going to put on my mascara. So I'm just using my Neutrogena Hydra Boost. I really like this. It's so hydrating, and I really need a lot of hydration in my under eye, especially this time of year when the air is getting so dry. I never want my under eye to look cakey, and this just adds a little more moisture. There. I'm taking another Real Techniques little fine detail brush, and I'm just taking the rose color that I used in the center, and I'm going to put the teeniest bit right here, because that's how Jessica's looks. Now for my mascara, I'm just gonna use my Clinique High Impact Mascara. And I really like this mascara. It doesn't irritate my eyes at all. It stays put all day long, and really like it. And again, Jessica's look looks very, very natural. I'm going to focus on the outer corner for the volume for my lashes, almost a little more like a false eyelash look. And I'm not going to worry about putting so much on the inside. And of course, I got a little on my skin. Okay, let me go do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did the other eye, and the other eye went so much faster. This is such an easy look. I talked my way through this eye, so it seemed like a little more complicated, and I was trying to think about what I was doing, but this eye, I just got it on in no time. It's just such a great trick to try to mimic celebrities or people's makeup that you admire, because it kind of teaches you some new techniques yourself. All right, I'm going to take my hair down and try to fix it like Jessica's, which this is how my goal for my hair. I really love this hairstyle a lot, and I really hope that once my bangs are grown out, you know, I can get it cut and shaped a little more like this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look, and I'm really happy that I attempted to recreate Jessica Chastain's look using that little palette, because I got that palette and I tried using it before, and the look I did, I just didn't love, and I kind of just thought, well, I really don't enjoy this palette very much. But now I know a look I can go to using that palette, and I'm really happy with it. You know, it's a very natural, neutral makeup look that I would wear every day. So I'm super happy that I gave it a try, and I would really suggest that if you don't know what to do with some of your makeup products, find a celebrity whose makeup you admire and try to recreate the look. It will teach you little techniques and tricks that you might not have thought of on your own. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was just something a little bit fun today, and leave me any questions or comments below. Just say hello. I love interacting with you. Have a blessed and beautiful day.